Yesterday at the library, I got a couple comic book movies. I don't know, that's what I call the genre, where it's based on a comic book. It's based on a superhero. These were specifically a superhero. I got that Superman versus Batman, Justice Rise of the Justice League, or whatever it's called, and I got Civil War. Avengers Civil War, Captain America Civil War. I don't know what the titles are exactly. But those two, a Marvel and a DC, and I Civil War I put on first. It had some good action sequences. There was a like really cool explosion, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it. Um, I thought something was unrealistic, and which sounds. I mean, these are superheroes. We know they don't exist, but to me, you need. There are scientific principles that need to be in place. The laws of physics should exist. I mean, it's not like this is animated where you can do anything and it can be unrealistic. But when you when you when you live action, it should be. I think it should be realistic. It should be that could really happen type thing. Okay, and there's this one scene in particular that I just like. Really? Okay, this the I don't even, my kids were sitting there and my son goes, "Is he the bad guy?" And I'm like, "I can't even tell." So I didn't know if this guy was a bad guy or not, but he was enhanced, so he had like a bionic arm or something. And so someone is driving towards him on a motorcycle, and he reaches out and grabs the handlebars, which, okay, he grabbed it, and it stopped so fast the driver flew off. The motorcycle just turned the motorcycle around and jumped on it and rode off, which is kind of cool. But even I think even a superpowered, muscular, strong, bionic guy should obey the laws of physics. There's momentum when a motorcycle is coming to. There's momentum. If he can stop it, yeah. But instead of just turning around and going, I think it would skid a little bit more, or he would be dragged back 10 feet or something. Because when I saw that, I was like, that's not real. I mean, can you think of a situation when it would be real to grab a motorcycle and just take off driving like that? I mean, no, but realistic. I mean, the laws of physics, momentum. There's momentum. Even if you're a huge superhero guy. So I made it through about 35 minutes of it, maybe 40 minutes. The whole time I was just waiting for the good part, but I couldn't get into it. So I turned it off. Well, no, I think it said an hour on the counter. But I wasn't watching it really closely. It just wasn't interesting me. I mean, and granted, I haven't seen Captain America. I only saw part of the first Iron Man movie, and I think I saw a couple scenes from Iron Man 3. I don't, see, those things aren't big on me. I mean, okay, let's go Superman, Batman. Um, Probably when I was a little kid, I saw some of the first Superman movies. I don't really remember them very well, except for him flying through the clouds. Chris Reeves, or I don't even know. But I love Batman. I think Batman is pretty cool. I like the Dark Knight. I think Ben Affleck looks kind of cool as Batman. I liked they made like some kind of armor, bad armor or something. But thing is, I didn't even get into it at all. I don't even know what the story was. I mean, it was on. Let's see, I turned it on. I told Beck he could watch something else because I was going to go get Mom. And when I came back, it was still on. So 30 minutes later, it was still. I didn't know what was going on. And my oldest daughter walked in the room and she was like, "Oh, are you watching Batman vs Superman?" And I was like, "It's on. I'm not really watching it." But I think Superman was a bad guy. That's why it's Batman vs Superman. I think they were trying. He was, or maybe not. I don't know. That might make a good story. You know, people with superpowers are eventually. I think both the movies kind of have the same underlying theme that supers need to be reined in a little bit. If you got these awesome, huge powers, where you've got to have some kind of some checks and balances in place. I think that was the underlying motif in both, but I'm not sure because I wasn't really that into them. I don't know who was on the good team, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see it because I'm doing it over here, but who was the good guy and who was the bad guy? I mean, because I don't know. They're both good guys. I don't know. But I'm not as big into superhero movies because they have to be that realistic thing. I mean, yeah, I know they're not. It's science fiction, but the key word is science. It's gotta fit. I mean, there's gotta be. It operates in the world. I mean, so if they operate on Earth, they should go with Earth laws, with the physical laws, momentum, gravity, stuff like that should play a part in true science fiction movies, true comic book superhero movies. I think that would kind of get into the genres of science fiction versus fantasy, which I have talked about before, and I'll probably talk about more. I'll probably do another video about it because I get so few views that maybe nobody's seen that information. I don't know if it's really information. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.